Hello Forkies, this is day 25 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have a game and we have the black pieces against a slightly lower rated opponent, which is still pretty okay. And pawn to d4 on the board, pawn d5, symmetrical queen spawn. And yesterday we faced the London system, but today we faced the Trompowsky, or what this actually is. And what I like to play against the Trompowsky, like, I have zero idea, so maybe knight d7 and knight f6, and then we'll see what will happen on the board. Actually, knight d7, I guess it is a very natural move, trying to play knight f6 and then recapture. Now what to play? Pawn to c6, I guess. And this is kinda the version of the queen's gambit and the slow defense. Of course, I can play e6 because my queen would simply be hanging. Now knight f6, I guess. e6, bishop e7 and castles. And yes, this is just a normal queen's gambit position now, I believe. Knight c6, e6, and then we go from then. And yes, this is a very typical way of playing the queen's gambit. Declined here. Queen c2 now, rook c1, knight f3, everything is playable, even bishop d3, bishop e2, b3 is playable as well, as I think. Maybe a3, b4, but then I can take. And yes, in this kind of positions I am playing for e5. And I am playing to develop this bishop, I don't know, maybe to b6 and then capture on c5. But this is kinda not as solid as developing the bishop and then trying to play for e5. So my opponent is clearly not familiar with the queen's gambit. He usually plays the Trompowsky, but now he's playing the queen's gambit. So bishop d3, logical move. Maybe I can simply take and play b5, a6, bishop b7, but let's just play bishop e7. This is more natural way of playing. h6, castling, and then we'll see how we'll develop this light square bishop. And even if this bishop stays on c8 for the time being, everything should be okay. Should we play h6 or should we castle firstly? Just castles, right? And this is a very theoretical position. Of course, I don't know the theory in this kind of position, but yes, we'll see what's happening. So castles from my opponent. Maybe I can play h6, maybe I can take the pawn. Queen c7, rook e8, I guess also playable. b6, bishop b7 and c5 is an option, which looks really nice actually. b6, I like this move. I like this option. I can even take here. Yeah, then play b5, a6 and bishop b7. And c5. I like this, yes. Just take the pawn. D takes on c4. And then b5. And then a6 or bishop b7. It doesn't matter actually. It doesn't matter. We should probably play... Oh, bishop b3 actually. Well, a6, right? And bishop b7 and c5. And this bishop will be awesome on this diagonal. So I think we succeeded in the opening phase of the game. And now it is time to be more aggressive. h6. Of course, e4 is an option here. But after bishop b7, I mean, you cannot play e5. Never ever. And if... I mean, e4, yes, looks nice, but then c5? Oh, what's happening to your pawn here? Maybe d5 then. But this also looks kinda risky. Maybe I have then takes, even, sacrificing the knight and then getting a full piece back. We will need to calculate few things there, but maybe it's working, yes. And then knight c7, bishop takes on f3, queen takes on f3, and then rook c8, and we should be fine there. So yes, my opponent thinking, which is a great sign, and we're only made 10 moves each, so this is still should be very familiar to most players. I mean, these kind of structures often occur from the semi-slow defense, but still this is just a very natural way of playing. Bishop b7, rook c8 and c5. And yes, this bishop maybe should be on f4, but I mean, I cannot tell you the difference between bishop placement here. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. So maybe rook c1 here should be the move that can be considered, or e4, I guess these are, or rook e1. And of course bishop b3 I think was a mistake, because bishop usually goes to this diagonal, pressuring h7, pressuring this long diagonal, because my bishop is on the other diagonal, cannot be challenged to this bishop, of course. So yes, I mean, I like my position, definitely. Queen d3 also on option, and bishop c2, but I mean just h6, and I guess there are some tactics, but I mean, I can play even g6 and king to g7 at some point, and my opponent's spending a lot of time at this point, which can be a very big sign of trouble for my opponent. And rook c1 on the board. What can we play? Bishop b7, definitely rook c8 followed. What is an idea by my opponent? a4 cannot be played because simply bishop b7 and taking with the c pawn should be beneficial for me. If bishop b7, e4, I can play c5 then. If d5 is played, I can take. Queen takes on d7, bishop f3 should be nice. So bishop b7, just putting this bishop on a very good diagonal here. I mean, e4 I guess the only move that actually challenges my position, because c5 will be played next, and after c5, I mean, then e4 is a simply bad move, opening up everything, putting knight on e5. I don't know what then my opponent's idea is, but I get a very pleasant position if not e4 will be played right now. So yes, e4, and what after e4? I mean, I like something like c5 then, but then I was calculating that after d5, I guess I cannot really take here, or maybe I can, because after takes, I was calculating this insane move, knight d5, and after, but maybe there is bishop here, bishop takes, and then queen takes, defending the bishop 2 times, and the bishop is fine. So yes, maybe this was, but e4, c5, d5, I can take, what then? Oh, I have just c4, yes, and then I can even sack the knight there and get the bishop here. After knight takes, queen takes, you cannot move the knight because checkmate on g2. And yes, I really like my position now, but e4 really needs to be played. There is nothing else, I believe. I mean, anything else should be pretty much better for black because of my light square. Bishop on b7, it is a great piece, looking down this diagonal, and I mean, this looks just horrendous for my opponent. But we'll see, maybe my opponent has some other ideas as well. Maybe bishop c2, pressuring this diagonal, then queen d3 maybe even. But yes, we'll see what will happen. I guess e4 is the only good move. But even then, just c5, yes, as I mentioned, and c5, c4 is often a very good idea for black, of course, and I really like my position. I'm not sure why my opponent is spending this big amount of time. We are only at move 11, so the game will be long. And simply spending like 1/3 of your time on one move in rapid is not good. I mean, if you have a classical time control to work with, then yes, you can spend 10-15 minutes on a single move, but in rapid there is no such case when you can spend 10 minutes on a single move. So you need to play faster, and a3 is a bad move. Why? I mean, what does it do? It does absolutely nothing. a3, what about c5? d5 can be played, so just c5. Just c5. It cannot be a bad move. Why? The pawn is defended here. If something like d5 I can take. I mean, maybe d5, but then I take with the knight, and then the bishop is attacked here, after here. And if bishop takes, I take back with the knight, and I am simply up a full pawn. And this bishop, oh my goodness, it is probably the best piece on the board right now. And yes, if takes, then I simply take with my knight, attacking the bishop, and if queens get off the board, I mean, I'm very happy with this position. Why not? This bishop is a monster here. And I can choose not to trade queens, maybe, but still, I mean, just trading queens, why not? I really enjoy playing these kind of positions, and I think my opponent messed up not playing e4 and then playing a3, which does absolutely nothing. So, I mean, maybe you get a luft for your bishop, but if you play bishop a2 after c4, you should go to jail for time being. And you take the... I mean, this looks bad. How should we recapture? And I guess with the knight, yes, this should be objectively the best move on the board. So developing the knight and simply forcing a queen trade and having this amazing bishop here, yes. And now I will start to think. Why? Because I have a lot of time, and these were all a very, very natural moves so far, and I really like my position now. Maybe bishop c2 can be played, bishop c2, and then trading queens and playing rook f to d8. And I mean, my bishop on b7 is just a monster down this awesome looking diagonal. And yes, I mean, this is just hard time for my... Oh my goodness, you play bishop a2. Are you serious? I mean, what the fuck is that? I mean, this is just unbelievable. I mean, I don't believe this is good. I wanna go into a queen-less middle game. Why? Because after takes rook f8 before I go here, and then my knight gets kinda trapped, which is not good. Oh, but then I can take and go here. So yes, queen takes and rook f8, and then we will start to think on our own. So rook f8, so this is a very natural move once again. And yes, as you can see, I am playing quickly. Maybe rook f8 is not the best move, but it is definitely one of best options right at the moment. So, I mean, playing quickly puts your opponent at a big time trouble actually. And this is very nice for me at the moment. Knight d4. Yeah, maybe I should have taken this pawn and then play rook to d8. Maybe that makes more sense. But now still maybe just something like h6 at the moment, taking. And I like my position definitely. But how to play? How to play this? So I mean that is e4, but then knight to f5 happens, which is bad. Or is it? It is, yes. I like this actually. And then trading like this. I like knight d5, but maybe it is too. Does it even work? Yeah, it should work, yes, but I mean my arrows are just what? Like this. This will be the resulting position. But then knight to c6 happens. Unlike knight d5 anymore, just h6. And as you can see, I spent 2 minutes on this move, and I will start to spend more time now. Bishop f5, I go here, I guess. So bishop h4, yes. Rook c8 maybe. But I am kind of worried about the move pawn to b4. But then just knight d7. And knight b6. Yes, rook c8. This is my idea now. If b4 happens. This is my idea if b4 happens, and maybe something else will occur on the board, and pawn to f3, okay. The idea is to play e4. But now this looks kinda suspicious. This looks kinda suspicious, I'm not sure why exactly. g4, bishop f2, yes, this is okay. Excuse me. Maybe just something like g5 anyway, and then like knight d5. I like g5, you know why? Because I can then get my bishop on this diagonal. I can then trade everything off, and I will. But do I wanna trade this bishop for this bishop? I mean, now I wanna, because this bishop now is kind of bad. So g5, g5, bishop f2. The only move, I guess. Bishop g3 is just bad. I mean, there is nothing on this diagonal going on. Maybe idea even knight b6 and knight a4 at some point. And why not? Yes, and my opponent is rated 1958. h4 at some point, but then I have this bishop on this diagonal as well. And king to g6 will be at some moment a very good plan, and f5 and just expanding on the king side like this. My opponent down to 7 minutes, which can be quite a dangerous place to be. I mean, he will probably take everything. No, he won't. Wow. What about this? b3, I go here. I mean, you cannot go rook b1, right? I guess you can take then. Still then just takes here. That's kinda bad. So knight a4, I guess. Why not? If takes, I take. I don't know why I thought that I need to take with the rook. Just takes with the bishop if takes here. And then I have these two amazing bishops. I'm pressuring everything here. Rook b1, I guess loses. I'm not sure how, but it probably loses on the spot. Because, I mean, I'm getting to c4, which is kinda important at some point. Trading the rooks is bad, because I get the file. And everything is hanging in the position, so yes, it's kinda hard to play. I like my position, yes, I do. So my opponent's spending some time here, which is natural. This is a very important decision at the moment. Rook c8, rook c8, I don't like this. There is no... Oh, there is b3, but my rook on c8 is defended, so knight c3 works. And taking a rook c1. Then you play b4. Are you okay? This... What the hell? Just here. Takes, I go here, and I always have everything here. This is just bad. And I'm not really threatening to take the knight, but kinda I am. I'm threatening to go here, e5. Yes, now e5 I guess is a very big threat at the moment. Here and then just taking and winning everything. And the bishop is of course attacked now. So this looks bad. Bishop d5. Knight d5. Rook d2. What about d5? What about e5? Let me calculate now. e5. If knight here, knight here. If knight here, then I go here. Here, check, and saving my bishop. Yes, just e5. Bishop here, I still go here. No, I don't. This should be calculated, but I mean, yes, probably that is the best move. You take. But this doesn't work for you. I mean, now you cannot move your knight. If here I go here. I'm not sure what my opponent is seeing here. There is no knight e2, I simply take with check and pick up the rooks. Check. Definitely he missed this move. And I am up an exchange. But how to do this? There is king f8, which looks really nice. Oh, but the pawn is hanging as well, so bishop f8. And just here, maybe. Bishop c8 now looks very nice. The knight is almost trapped. I am up an exchange, so just play calmly and I will win. Bishop c8. Here. Then I can simply go like here. Or maybe even here. But this is kinda dangerous because bishop e6 looks nice. I'm doubling my pawns, but I am stopping any knight f5 ideas. And then the a3 pawn will be very weak here. And after rook a1 I should just be winning. You take, really? Wow. Knight e5, yes, I saw that, but this is just nothing. Where are you going? Knight f6 doesn't work. Rook a1 now. Knight c5 I take. There is no way to defend the pawn. Knight f6 I go here. Oh, you have this move. Okay, I didn't saw that. I didn't see the correct past tense, but okay. Here I go here. And even if I lose my exchange, I am... Look at these two pawns, I mean just... Maybe bishop g7 the most logical way now. And then... something. No, but just take the pawn and then, I don't know. Knight f6 doesn't work. It doesn't win material, so yes. You go here? Really? Now rook c7 is an idea. Or rook c6 is an idea. But there is no way to stop this, so... Rook c6 I go here. If takes, I mean I don't care. But it looks like something is there, so I need to be slightly careful. Here rook c6 doesn't help me. Oh, just king f7, right? King f7 and... King f7 if check. I mean, I'm not sure how to do that. Here, here, here. Here. I need to find the best move in the position because everything... Oh, just rook d3, right? And the pawn is hanging here. But even then, there are some annoying checks at the position. In the position, excuse me. Let's just play safely with this move. Maybe I have Dan here, yes. I think this was just too slowly. Yeah, oh, rook c7, but I go rook c7 now. Oh, there is here. I forgot about this. And now this should be a draw, yes. This blunders mate actually. If here I go here, I'll lose. I mean, I guess it's just a draw now, yes. Oh, but it's not a draw because I can play something like moving my rook to a8 and then here. Go here, right? Or where? Rook a8. Oh, but it... Oh no, there is a rook here, of course. This doesn't work. I mean, what can my opponent play? There is rook g7, but I play king f8 there. I like my position. I think it's not a draw. Of course, my idea is just to push the pawn and queen, but it's easier said than done. Also, this is my idea, but it, I guess, doesn't work. But still, I like everything I have done so far. Rook a8, I guess it was the only move. Because I need the d8 square to escape the checks. Otherwise, I mean, if something like this, then there is just a perpetual check, and maybe now I'm... What is this? What is this? Well, he's threatening checkmate, right? Is this checkmate or... Wait, how is this even possible? Wait, what? Knight f6, how to stop this idea? Oh, I guess it just, yes, king here. Yes, but then bishop f here. But then still it's not over, because I can push. I mean, that is here, but you don't need to take it, so... Just king h7, I guess, is the only move now. There is nothing else, I believe. If here, then I'm fine. Yes. Oh. It's even worse than that. I'm probably getting checkmated somehow. Rook h8. You need to take the bishop definitely, otherwise you are lost. If you are white. And I am lost in this position, yes. There is nothing I can do. I mean, I don't like this. There is no forced checkmate here, definitely not. Although maybe there is. LOL, this is checkmate. Bishop f8 then. I mean, this is just insane. We are both down to 3 minutes and a half, which can be sometimes quite dangerous. I mean, there is nothing, so I don't know why my opponent is not taking the bishop. I mean, if I have these two passed pawns, and my opponent only have 2 pieces for the rook, and I have a pawn. So the materialistically it should be equal, but you play like this. Okay. This is only move, so I don't care. And now you will take the bishop, okay, but this is just the same. And now you will take the bishop, yes, okay. Or there is some checkmate, I don't see, maybe. Maybe there is, yes. I mean, you can... No, you cannot play here because I play bishop f8. Bishop f8. I guess there is bishop b4, yes. And then I need to find a way to not lose. Maybe just rook a7 then. Then, wait, what? The idea is clear, yes. But this is just nothing. Why can't I just play rook c8? Check and here. And who is checkmating who? That's the real question at the moment. Or is there a checkmate for my opponent? There is not. I think my opponent messed up the position. He should simply take the bishop. But now it's not as easy. I'm threatening rook takes c3. Being just up a piece, winning the game. It's not as simple, but it should be. And the rook endgame, it's always winning for me. Why? Look at my king. Just taking everything here. Look at these 2 pawns. And, I mean... Rook c2. I'm sorry for not talking as much, but I need some focus now, okay. I go here. I think I can even sack the rook. Is the king and pawn endgame winning? Yes, it is. Takes, and here. Takes, I go here. The king and pawn endgame should always be winning. Because, I mean, you cannot take either of these 2 pawns and I will simply be okay. There is rook h6, I go here. And then you cannot save. And he resigned, wow. This is... Oh, there is king f1. There are some checkmate threats. I guess he missed this sacrifice. But I was winning. Oh, king g1 is the only drawing move. And he was definitely winning here. Yes, I knew he was winning here. Oh, rook f8. Oh, rook f8. Stopping this. But this is simply a draw, I guess. This is not a draw? Okay, let's analyze the game. It's completely wild, so d4, d5, and here. And knight d7, it's okay. c4, c5, c6, excuse me, and now this is just completely normal queen's gambit. Declined, and here e4 is the best move, I believe. c5, and what about d5 here? I was calculating, no, not this, excuse me. I was calculating takes, and now I can take. I cannot take. Oh no, I was calculating c4. You can sag the bishop. And d6, oh my. I was calculating here, and then I sag the knight. And if something like knight c7, then there is checkmate. But okay, this is just an example line. So after a3, I thought I'm better after c5. And this endgame I thought was really nice for me, which is true. But maybe after here, I should capture the knight and then play rook fd8. With an idea of playing, I don't know, like this. Maybe rook c2 and then here. Or going for some squares here. But okay, rook fd8 was played, and now I like this position so much. And here I thought I was winning, which is true, but not with this move. I should have played knight dc3. And what's the difference? Oh, I guess. Oh, the d file opens up for me. That's the difference. And now it's simply nothing. But he... Wait, what did he play? He played rook d2 here. And after e5, I am winning. But it was just a terrible conversion here. And this was still winning. And now it was still winning. And this was a mistake. I should have played bishop e7. And this is just a draw now. Okay, what should I have played? Okay, rook f8, but here. In bishop e7, and after rook c7, king f8. Oh, there is no knight g6, of course. What's my problem? And yes, he simply there is nothing on this diagonal. I guess there is here, but I mean, you're just an exchanger down, so it should be winning. But then I simply started to king h5, of course, the correct move here. I thought he will take the bishop and he will simply mate me here. But he started to panic. And now this is just bishop f8, of course, the only move. Otherwise, this is checkmate. And now I thought I am fine, which was true, and now simply he resigned. Maybe king f1, yes, and then king h2 takes, and here. Knight e4 takes, here. And this is just winning. I'm up 3 pawns. So this was day 25 game, on my way to achieving the rapid rating of 2500. And if you liked the video, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.